Hey everyone, I'm Almar of almarsguides.com, and in this video I'm going to go over tailoring in Asheron's Call. So what tailoring lets you do is change your current armor's appearance to another loot generated piece of armor that you have. The first piece that you want the appearance of will be destroyed, but you'll be able to keep the piece that you want to change the appearance of. So say you have, a piece of gear, say Covenant Pauldrons, and you want to make the Covenant Pauldrons or you want to make your piece of gear look like the Covenant Pauldrons. You would use the item that you buy on the Covenant Pauldrons, and then use the Covenant Pauldrons on the item that you have to change the appearance. As you can see with my gear here, every single piece of my gear is Covenant gear. I changed the appearance of every single one of these pieces to Covenant from whatever they were before that. They were just a mixed-matched loot-generated set that I swapped to Covenant gear and made myself look much cooler than I did before. So, and also with tailoring, you can shrink, you can downsize pieces of armor, which I'll get into in a little bit because that's important to build sets for your character. First, let's take a look at changing your armor's appearance. It says use this tool on any loot generated piece of armor to make it show on top of other armor visually covering the same locations. So for this, say you have a coat with sleeves and you don't like the sleeves that are displaying on the coat currently. Instead, what you want is you'd want to see your own sleeves instead of actually looking at the coat that you're the whole piece of armor that you're using. You would use this on the armor that you have to pretty much change what exactly it's covering and what displays of which it's covering. Then this resets the previous aforementioned piece to the default settings. And I'd like to say, if any of this is confusing at all, it only costs 1 MMD to change the appearance of a piece of armor. And the first two here, like this, armor layering tool top and armor layering tool bottom, these don't destroy the armor like the tailoring kits do. It's not very hard to experiment with this with your MMDs, and someone would probably give you a few MMDs if you'd like to experiment a little bit. Now this tailoring kit here is used on any piece of armor to take its appearance so it may be applied to another piece of armor. This is what I was talking about earlier in the video, where you'll be able to take, say, a pair of boots and change them to like a pair of solerettes or something like that. You can change any piece of armor to look like any other piece of armor as long as you have, as long as you have the required items, aka the tailoring kit. Now here's the armor reduction tools. These are very important to keep in mind because what they do is, actually let me read this. It says, use this tool on any loot-generated multi-slot armor in order to reduce it to a single slot. It will still cover the same slots in appearance, but only a single slot in armor coverage. It's important to keep this in mind because you'll need to use the tailoring kit and the armor top, bottom, and stuff like that in order to change the appearance of it. But this right here is very, very, very useful in shrinking down and changing what slots you want a piece of armor to fill. Like, let's take a look at my gear here. Say this chest covered the chest, girth, upper and lower arms. I could use that tool to shrink it down and completely change the appearance of that piece of armor. And or not change the appearance, but rather so it only fills one slot. This really helps if you want to build a set of gear. Like say you want a full set of epics and you need extra slots in order to get them. You can shrink down the armor and it'll fill, just one or two maybe, or just one slot versus, it filling 3 slots or even more slots than that. And there's pieces of these for every single type of armor you can do. So like this one, armor main reduction tool. It will reduce a halberd, coats, and cuirass to just the breastplate. And it will also reduce sleeves to just the pauldron and leggings to just the girth. And then you have this, which will do leggings to tassets, which are upper legs. And then you have this, which will reduce sleeves to bracers and leggings to greaves, which, does it even more. It's very, very important to know all of this and to use this vendor when you're looking to build a suit for yourself. I will warn you though, the armor main reduction tools are extremely expensive. They're 50 MMDs a piece, which is a lot to a new or returning player. Or to, somebody who's just not rich in the first place. It's very, very important to remember that because you want to read it over, take your time with it, and not screw up. Because if you do, then you're gonna, have to spend another 50 MMDs. And this vendor here, there's usually another tailor next to one of the other tailors. This guy will change the appearance of your character. You give him an MMD note, and it'll bring up pretty much the same screen you view on character select, and then you'll be able to change your the appearance of your character for just an MMD note. I'd give him the MMD now, but for some reason, whenever I access the tailor with decal up, I crash. So I'm not going to be able to show you that in this video, but it's really easy to do, and you have as much time as you'd like to spend tweaking your character. You can do it as many times as you want, and it only costs 1 MMD to do. So aside from that, that's really all there is to it. That's pretty much how tailoring and changing your character's appearance once you're in-game works. You can do this in a few different towns throughout Asheron's Call. Right now I am in Holtberg. Let me step outside and I'll show you what building I'm in case you want to use this building. As you can see, there's the destroyed portal to Red Spire. Up there is the town network portal, and here's the tailor statue, collectors there, and stuff like that. But that's pretty much all there is to it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe to me for future Asheron's Call and gaming videos. I'll catch you guys around. As always, good luck and happy hunting.